How is anyone even pulling off the hack job anyway? I mean, we haven't really given away that much information, right? I mean, the only thing I've ever told anyone is, my bank account information to that one Hagen Prince guy. Although, it's been a month and he still hasn't given me all that money. Really should get back to me on that. But anyway, so, this is the last mission in the game, as you might have noticed by it being the only mission, so judging from the number of areas we haven't been, you can probably guess where this is going to be. Remember that door that we didn't go into when we were saving all those guys? Well, bet you probably figured it out by now, but it's time to go back to that door, and actually get inside it this time. And of course we have the same old desert intro. Of course I remember where the entrance is, Seal. I mean, who could forget that entrance? It's a terrible secret entrance, really. Wow, they didn't even bother covering it up. Stupid schmucks. Anyway, I don't know if this would be up when you go through the area normally, like if you're not in a mission or anything. Never really bothered checking because, well, my time for this mission is going to be shite anyway, and you'll see why in a bit. So this area is pretty much the same except for one major difference. These things are already down, and these explodey red orb things, yeah, they're kind of trying to make platforming tough. But they're not too bad, especially if you manage to make them explode before they can, get near you. Though this one can be kind of tricky. Jeez. This one can also be kind of tricky because you can't just shoot... What the... Okay then, apparently that area does not have spikes, and I am the luckiest man alive. So, biggest difference to this area... The ice apparently melted, and apparently the water quality is complete crap. Now we have to deal with water enemies, which aren't too bad. You got these weird drill squids float around. The fish are a bit more annoying because they come from off-screen, but yeah, they aren't too bad either. Of course, I'm probably going to rack up some unneeded damage from them, but not going to worry too much about it. Plus, if I get a B rank for the next mission, that wouldn't really hurt me too much, because the boss is... Anyway, this is also a pretty big difference to the area. Apparently somebody decided, hey, let's put some submarines in here, and somehow they did. And yes, I meant to say submarines, plural with an S, because there is more than one. Yeah, they fit 2 submarines in this area. How did they get them down here? I don't know, but if you're familiar with Mega Man X6, this area might seem a tad familiar. I believe there was an area like this, and of course there was Dustman, and yeah, but I believe this was a gimmick in X6. I think it was like a Metal Shark player, that guy who... Yes, that's his actual name, I remember that. I swear to you that was the boss's actual name, but... Yeah, that I'm pretty sure was the gimmick. There's a boat, and you can be crushed by it. And now we can't be crushed by the boat, but we can be shot by missiles. They can come from off-screen a little, but they shouldn't be too bad to dodge. And now over here we have one of the more difficult cyber elves to get in the game. I'm just going to cut to when I get to it, because this is going to take a while. Oh god, that is definitely going to kill my clear time. And I got shot in the face by missiles because, you just have to rub salt in that wound. You couldn't get away without doing that. But yeah, the rest of this mission isn't bad at all. However, there are some more cyber elves to get, which, again, I don't know whether or not you can get those in the normal overworld because those electric gates might be up when you try to get in, but there are cyber elves placed in front of certain cells, so let's go grab those. Alright, there's one right here. That's easy enough to get. Be warned, this hallway has a ton of enemies. Like, look at that one guy that I saw. Oh man. But seriously, there are actually a pretty good amount of enemies, and they can get kind of hard to dodge. Just so you know. Also remember that although the each level makes sense, each cell actually goes in descending order. Like you saw, there was 5 back there, then it goes 4, 3, 2, 1. So, if you're looking for cyber elves, just remember that. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, yada yada yada, it goes the opposite way, which is not really that annoying. I don't know, it's mildly annoying, but I'm checking out all these cells anyway, and I get some cyber elves for my... or cyber crystals for my troubles, rather. Or E-crystals. Don't even remember their names, man. So, you know, there's at least a little incentive. Alright, well, my damage score is kind of going to be terrible, but whatever. Also, I'd just like to mention this song. I don't really care for this song all that much. I must admit, it is vaguely creepy, but when you have an entire mission with it playing, it sort of stops being creepy after a while. You just sort of get the point. Plus, it's very repetitive. Alright, well, she can unlock that now. And here we are in the computer room. This is the easy part of the mission. You destroy these computers, which are apparently part Reaverbot, and you actually get items. There are E-crystals in here, I believe. Looks to be E-crystals. There are extra lives in here. And on the top computers are Cyber Elves, which I'd suggest breaking these last, because right here, Seal will talk to you, and if an item can wear off, like the E-crystals or the extra lives, you might not be able to pick those up unless you just rush through this dialogue. So, that's the mission. That's all finished. You know, apparently it wants us to walk back ourselves this time. Well, I guess since it's the last mission and all, the game wanted me to get punched in the face by that guy, so fair enough. But we'll just walk back and reminisce, and actually I just had a thought. What the hell's the point of all this? I mean, yeah, we've completed all the missions, but what does that really do for us? Oh, yeah, obviously there's a boss. Let's be honest, we all saw this coming. I can't trick you, even if I do pretend to be ignorant on all that. We still have to face the last Guardian. This is Leviathan, the leader of the Maikai army. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what forces she commands in Neo-Arcadia. I bet it's the Air Force. Anyway, Leviathan, honestly, she is pretty easy. I'd actually say she's probably like the second most difficult Guardian. Again, she's very easy with her weakness, but she can actually be a little difficult without it. Not that difficult, though. She actually follows a pattern, and if you learn how she works, like how she moves in response to you, then it's actually relatively easy to dodge her. But with her weakness, you can basically just cancel out all her attacks quite easily. Like, she hasn't even used that ring attack, which she just launches a ring at you. It's not terribly interesting. Now, this dragon can be kind of difficult because it constantly follows after you and you have to waste a shot to get rid of it, or shot or 2, really. But, again, Leviathan is very easy, like every other boss, provided you have her weakness. And what are you talking about? I didn't hold back on you at all. I kicked the crap out of you. With fire. Despite the fact that we are underwater, but you know what? It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. I just don't have to explain the logic, because it just makes that much sense. Perfect sense. And that was kind of terrible as expected. Wait. Oh boy. They're trying something again, aren't they? Extreme justice! Justice on a surfboard! Well, this doesn't look good. The enemy got in fairly easily, and they're kinda kicking the crap out of us. This could be the end of the resistance, though then again, given we are 0, the enemy's victory is debatable. Next time, we're gonna try and take care of this mess before it gets any worse.